To sledge or not to sledge? That is the question.
Bowled him!
Well, on this evidence of some words from an Australian batsman to an English bowler, sledging can be counterproductive. The Aussies are never shy of a word, of course. In fact, they invented sledging. It's called sledging because it's the verbal abuse of an opponent trying to break down his resistance as if with a sledgehammer. And I encountered it firsthand with my first game in Australia when I walked out to bat in a country match, took guard, looked around the field, and this wicketkeeper came up to me and whispered in my ear, "You're as welcome out here, mate, as a turd in a swimming pool." Nice. Actually, it made me more determined to stay in. And here's a good example from the other night in the IPL of sledging backfiring. It starts with an Australian fast bowler, Mitchell Starc, bowling a pretty good bouncer to Kieron Pollard, but then rather unnecessarily following it up with a few words, and they weren't, "Can I buy you dinner tonight?" What followed was something I've never seen on a cricket field before. Starc runs in to bowl the next one. Pollard, perhaps trying to bait the bowler, pulls away quite a long way. Unbelievably, Starc follows in. And then, well, Pollard has a reputation for throwing the bat, but not quite like this. The umpires luckily stepped in to stop it escalating into a full-scale brawl. The problem for the bowler is he's got to go back and bowl the next one in a slightly overexcited state, and it often costs them runs, as it did with Starc in this case. In fact, the wheels completely came off the Royal Challengers Bangalore bowlers after that incident, and this is where they disappeared to, with Rohit Sharma and Pollard helping themselves to a variety of length balls and short balls, carving them over the offside, few top edges over the keeper's head for 6, and some big shots on the leg side. And the Mumbai Indians scored 40 odd runs from the last 3 overs and won the match. There are numerous examples in cricket of the sledger, usually the bowler, ultimately coming off worst. Here's a classic between Alan Donald and Michael Atherton, when Donald is denied Atherton's wicket early in his spell when he appears to glove the ball and is caught behind, but the umpire gives it not out. After that, Donald follows down with some ferocious bouncers to Atherton from round the wicket, accompanying the bouncers with some pretty ferocious words. But it just seems to intensify Atherton's determination to stay in. He does so and wins the game for his team. Words were also exchanged between these two arch rivals at the end of the famous Edgbaston Test of 2005. It's commonly believed that Andrew Flintoff went over to Brett Lee to console him for a fantastic effort. But what he actually said was, "It's 1-1 now, you Aussie bastard." And of course, England went on to reclaim the Ashes for the first time for 18 years. The motto is, only sledge an opponent when the match is over. Please subscribe to my channel by clicking this little button at the top of the screen. It's free, and next week's episode will be the slower ball and the amazing varieties of them you get these days and how to bowl them.